Before you start timing people for your race, first you're going to want to check that everybody's in the system and that everybody has their racer number. So on the publicly available page, you can see here exactly who's in what event and what their entries are. This is something anybody in your race can access by just going to the race page. As a race organizer, you can also go to View Registered Paddlers. Just make sure everybody's in your system, make sure everybody knows their racer number. With that, you're going to be ready to start timing your race. So there's two places you need to be aware of on the PaddleGuru website. One is this timing drop down here. That's where you're going to do the timing. And when you're done with the timing, you're going to submit the times and they're going to show up over here in results. So these are sort of the unofficial timing portions of the site. And once you're done, you'll go ahead and submit the results and they'll show up here. And you can always make edits after the fact here. So if I go to results 5-mile race, you'll see it's totally empty here. There's going to be 12 finishers that are going to be in the system once I'm done timing, but for now there's nothing here, so there's no results published. So with that, let's go ahead and start timing the 5-mile race. Down here you can see the list of paddlers in this event. So when the event begins, you just hit the start button and the timer will start. This page autosaves every 3 seconds. It's best not to leave the page, but in case you do, you can come back here and it'll be saved exactly where you left off. So let's say the first person, let's say Tom here, crosses the finish line. You hit mark right when he crosses. That gets his timestamp here. All you have to do is enter his racer number. There he is, Tom. So let's say 2 more people come in, Mike and Nathaniel. You just go ahead and put in their racer numbers as well. And it starts populating. If you put in an incorrect racer number, it'll tell you that, so you'll know right away you made a mistake, and maybe that was number 28, Tim. You can correct that. If you miss somebody between, say, Tim and Nathaniel, you can insert rows wherever just by hitting this green arrow. Let's say that was Marcia, was actually in between these 2 paddlers and you missed her. Put in her racer number, and you have to put in the time in hours, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. So for instance, if you wanted to do 30 seconds, 0.40, that's how you would do it. Let's go ahead and keep marking here as paddlers come in. If you made a mistake and maybe you pressed mark too many times and this one's you don't want to use this one, that you can just delete any row. So the whole thing's very fluid. You can add and delete as you need. I'll go ahead and finish marking the rest of the people here. Okay. And let's pretend that I forget to put in these last 2. I'll show you what happens on the next page. But ideally, you'd mark everybody. If somebody didn't finish, like say if Leah did not finish, then you could actually just put in DNF for her time. Or if it's a DNS, you could also put in DNS. Let's stop the time and submit the results. What that does is that takes you to this results 5-mile page. So if you go here, you'll see that that's where we are. You'll see the times that you submitted in order with the racer name listed here. And you'll see that there's 2 racers that did not have a result after the last submit. These are the 2 that we left out. Let's say these are both DNSs. I can just go ahead and put those in. And we can edit the results. And you'll see that they've been edited and there's no more missing paddlers. Typically this is it and you're done. But in case you do need to make an edit and you made a mistake with someone's time, you can edit anybody's time and anybody's racer number. So if it turns out that these 2 were switched, and this was actually Tim and this was Marcia, then you can just make this change here. And then when you say add results again, you'll see they've been switched. The other thing you can do is, as soon as these results are in, you can go click here for Division Awards. And this gives a breakdown of all the paddlers in the various divisions and how they did versus other people in that division.